Hey there, welcome. Thanks for joining me. So today's tutorial, we're going to recycle and reuse some of my metal hanging lanterns from Dollar Tree and spruce them up. What I did was spray paint my metal planter white. Now you don't have to do that, that's an option. They typically come in black. Then go ahead and grab nautical rope, jute twine, or any kind of rope that you have, and go ahead and tie a knot basically at closest to one of the bars from your planter, and then you're just going to weave your rope over and under until you get to where you started. Now next, what you're going to go ahead and do, you can continue to weave it over and under, or what I did was basically just wrap it around, adding a little bit of glue onto each one of the bars from my metal planter, and then just continue wrapping my rope around. And this is the jute twine that you can purchase at Walmart. To me, is just more cost effective. The Dollar Tree jute twine does come 3 in a row, but the rope from Walmart is a little bit thicker, and it's, I want to say, about $3. I can't remember exactly the price, but it just seems like it's so much more, maybe because it's thicker. But yeah, that's what I typically try to use for my projects. So just go ahead and wrap it around as many times as you like to the bottom of your planter. And I want to say I wrapped it around about 4 to 5 times before I went to the next step. Since we have quite a bit of time right now on our hands, I decided to go ahead and tackle my back porch area just to spruce it up a little bit. I'm not doing too much, but I did want to spruce it up and clean it up because the cookouts and everything are starting to happen again this year. So yeah, I wanted just to clean it up a little bit and keep myself busy. So once you've wrapped it around a few times and you're happy with the amount of times you have, go ahead and start zigzagging your rope, basically to form kind of like a star shape. You go up and down, and you can go as high as you like to the bar. And then every time I would go to the next bar, I would add a little bit of glue to my rope or the metal part, and then I would hold it for a few seconds and then wrap the rest of the rope around it just to make sure it was nice and secure. And then you would go down again and do the same process, adding your glue, wrapping your rope around, and then go back up. And again, you can go up as high as you like. And if you want it exact, you know, all the ropes to be exact when you go up, go ahead and measure that out. I don't. I wanted it just to be kind of more of a natural looking basket. So I went ahead and just kind of eyeballed it to make sure they were in almost the same area. So just go ahead and continue adding your glue and wrapping your rope around just to make sure it's nice and secure. Now, once you get to the first one you started, what you're going to do, if you did it the right way, you'll end up making that X. Now here, since my roll is a little bit too thick to go in between the ropes, what I did was just cut a long piece of the jute twine and then continue the same process, wrapping it around, adding glue to the top, going up, and then wrapping it around, and then going back down. And this way, you're going to start forming X's in between each one of your metal sections of your planter. So just go ahead and continue doing that, gluing it to the top, wrapping it around to secure it, and then going back down to form the next X. And just continue doing this until you completely finished with your planter. All of the areas have their X shape form in between each one of them. I don't have a green thumb, at least I'm trying to change that, but I really have never been one to have those really beautiful, luscious greenery everywhere that's all natural and what have you. But I do want to try this year. I always say that, but this year I truly want to try to save my plants from them dying after I purchase them. So this is one of those things that I've said, well, I'm going to decorate and finish everything off. And since we have all this time right now, and then that way I can just head to my local hardware store or gardening store, nursery, and purchase some plants and see, some easy to take care of plants, and try to keep them green for the entire summer. So wish me luck, because like I said, I'm not very good at that, and hopefully this year it will change. So once you're done making those X's, just go ahead and grab your rope, make another knot at the top of one of the X's, and then just start gluing your rope around. Again, the same process you did at the bottom when we started. Now, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, which is just gluing and wrapping around. You can, and you will see that I decide to go ahead and wrap each individual bar with the jute twine, kind of going over and under, just to make sure that it stays nice and secure, because I started worrying about just adding the glue and it being out in the heat with the water and everything after I add my planter. I didn't want it to kind of unravel and fall apart, so I decided to go ahead and do it this way for a little while, and then I started going over and under just to make sure that it was nice and secure. So you have two options. If I was to keep this inside, I think I would have just continued gluing it, but since, like I said, I'm using these outside, I wanted to make sure they were nice and secure, so I did start going over and under. And here's where I decided to go over and under, and wrapping around each one of my little bars from my planter. So it's two different options. Even one of my daughters said these were really cute. They would be pretty if I would just add them into my pantry area, hanging with some, for my potatoes and onions and stuff like that. So you don't have to necessarily use this project for plants. You can use it, like she said, for your veggies or stuff like that in your pantry area, or over your sink, or just anywhere basically you want an extra basket or something to hold your little items in. So just continue to wrap it around each one of your bars and keep going over and under, and just tightening it as you go. And you just do this as much as you like, depending on how much of the jute twine or wiring you want to be exposed. And if you purchase all the items that I'm using at Dollar Tree, basically you're only going to use, this project would be $2 for each basket. So this is a very, very budget friendly thing to do, and it doesn't take very long, and it's kind of easy. You can even have, maybe a few of your older children to help you with this, because you are using your hot glue gun. But you can have some of the older children make some of these even for their rooms. So once you're done adding all the rope that you want to your basket, I guess I don't have that part of when I started wrapping around the rope on top of my basket. So what I did was basically wrapped it around as many times as I like, and I think I wrapped it around about 15 times. Then I just went the same process, went up to form that angle, and then started wrapping my rope around the edging or the trimming of my basket, which is going to be the top part. So you just continue wrapping, and you can add hot glue as you go. But basically I just wrapped it around and tightened it as much as I could as I was going, and then add a little bit of hot glue at each one of my little bars for your basket. But you don't necessarily have to do that. Just continue wrapping, and as long as you wrap it really tight and hold on to it, it'll stay nice and secure and in place. So just continue wrapping, which is the top rim of your basket. So once you're done wrapping the entire rim of your basket, here is where I knot it and add my hot glue. Now see, there's where I started from the bottom and went up to start wrapping my basket. So what I decided to do was make the same design and go back down to make that one angle to connect all of them to the top part. Then you just go up, add a little bit of hot glue, wrap it around again, So you really don't even need to necessarily cut your rope. Just continue using the same strip of rope as long as you can, which makes this project a lot more easier to do. So just go ahead and continue adding your hot glue, wrapping your rope around. You go up and then you go back down in the next section, adding your hot glue and then wrapping your rope around that area where your hot glue is at that corner. Again, making sure it stays all nice and tight, adding glue as you go. And then you're going to go back up to the next section, add your glue, wrap your rope around, and then go back down to the next section. And you just continue doing this until you end up to where you started. Now here, if you wanted to form that X, you can. You would just continue wrapping it around and you'll end up forming that X in between the top of your rim of your basket to where you stopped the jute twine wrapped around your basket. But I just wanted that one angle look, so I just left it as is. And then I just cut off the excess rope and made a knot. Added some hot glue to make sure it stayed nice and secured, and then just wrap the rest of the jute twine and cut the extra piece off. Now these baskets, wire baskets, typically come with chains to hang them from, but since I added the jute twine, I wanted to go ahead and continue that style. So all I did was basically get some rope and I just cut it a little bit extra than what I needed, and I believe I cut about 24 inches of 3 pieces of rope. And these baskets already have that little opening hook where the wires, the chain was at. So basically all I did was just kind of knot it maybe 3-4 times, make sure it was nice and secure with my jute twine into each one of those little openings. And then once I did it to all 3 of them, I just gathered them up, kind of eyeballed it and figured out where or how long I wanted the rope to be. And then once I decided how long I wanted it and everything, I just went ahead and made a knot, making sure I left a little bit of an opening at the top with the extra rope going up. And then any of the extra rope that is left over, I wrapped it around the top part of my 3 ropes that I'm going to hang this from. Instead of cutting it off, I just wrapped it around just to make it more of a little bit of a design. But you don't necessarily have to do that. You can just knot it and leave the hook open at the top. And there you have an adorable weaved basket for indoors or out. I hope you guys enjoyed and stay safe. Here are the 2 baskets that I made. I spray painted one white and I left one black. And this one right here, I used the jute twine from Dollar Tree just to show you the difference because it is a little bit thinner. And I actually liked it better than with the one that I used from Walmart, you know, but either one is adorable and it's just a cute little extra touch to add to your baskets for indoors or out. I hope you guys enjoyed and stay safe again. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.